So if you have, so then I have another question for you.
Wait a moment. Hey,
What's the name?
folks, it is Carla, and I
If you
am
take it,
here with my. Please, here with Leif Edvinsson to talk about mindful chat, and today we're going to talk about good news and how it's so necessary to have good news because of our brains and what we need. Life, can you
so
introduce yourself and talk about it for a moment while I get it shared out,
certainly,
please?
I got a question from my son, one of my grandkids. He asked me, what do you call a frog without legs? And
What do you call?
frog without legs,
I have
and
no idea.
you call it hopeless. So you call it hopeless.
Ah, I get it. That's really good.
So it takes a little while for you to digest it.
How
So
old is your grandson?
yes, he asked me that. He is um, 9 years old.
Ah, I didn't realize you had a family. We've always talked about the future, but we've never talked about you at all.
No,
So
well, I sent you a little profile so you could see a little bit of my background.
I know, and it's a wonderful background. I was very impressed.
Thank you.
Anyway,
So the
let
future is not hopeless. The future is actually just waiting to be detected. And that's why I mentioned to you that a professor from Indian Management Institute, he shared with me that we should not work with brainstorming. We should work with the opposite, brain stilling. So therefore, he started every lecture with 2-3 minutes of brain stilling before he went into the knowledge sharing. And
hmm,
I think it has a good message there that brain stilling is actually the opposite to the news reporting of today. It's creating tension, it's creating stress, it's creating eagerness, etc. So, how could we develop the future with good news? There are some very good initiatives, both in Sweden and in other places, of trying to publish good news or news with a positive impact. Because we know from research that negative news is relatively seen 9 times stronger than positive news. So we need to start to share with good news in the morning. And you said you need a good laugh um, to get going. And it might be that this space in your brain, also called the hippocampus, is a good space for developing the endorphins of today as a part of your breakfast.
well, and maybe you don't know, there are two glands under our eyes right here. And when we smile, we activate those glands. And those glands automatically send a message to the brain saying, "Hey guys, let's get those endorphins moving." So
Yes,
even if we were in a bad mood or in a bad state, just by doing that, our whole body begins to relax. And it doesn't take any time, it happens immediately. So between a smile and laughter, people don't realize that internally they have the most powerful antidepressants and they don't use it. Much more powerful than anything you can take from outside and put into your body. What do
And
you think of that?
I think that that's a very good observation, and you can test the following afterwards. When you meet some friends after this session, you can wish them happy Wednesday, and you will see what's happening.
I do that a lot for that particular reason, because we need to begin looking at the day not as, oh, I'm going to work, what a drain, but it should be getting up. I want to go to work. I want to do this. I wanted to do this show today, whether I was in the mood or not. It needed to happen because there was a need to bring something positive to the world.
Yes,
And
and
how do we get people to realize that positivity will bring them more satisfaction than listening to the news and finding out what's happening in politics or what's happening, what major disaster happened? Okay, a major disaster happened, but look at the people going and helping out. Instead of looking at how many people are dead, look at how it's bringing people together. Like in 9/11, the people who came together, it was amazing.
and that's why this is in the theory of intellectual capital called relational capital, the relationship between people, and that is the space in between.
So what can we do, Leif? And maybe we need to talk about this tomorrow because this is supposed to be a very short conversation.
Yes.
But what can we do to promote relational capital so people grow with this and begin to look at the positive instead of the negative?
It is to work with the 5 or 6 senses, or even more, that you have. So what we prototyped in our future center many years ago, we had a special smell coming out from the floor. And that was the treatment of old wood that they used in the archipelago in Stockholm to treat the old oak boats with tar. So therefore, the first chapter of my book, Corporate Longitude, is called A Smell of Tar. And that is, for many people, the smell of old wooden boats. So it gives you a feeling of relationship with the past as well as the future. And then the next smell we had in our future center was the smell of freshly baked buns, cinnamon buns.
Oh my gosh, they're so great to smell. Go on.
So you see how you reacted
Yeah.
on the pure idea of a good smell. And
Or
that's,
go on.
it's so powerful, the smell actually. So later on, some airplane companies here in Scandinavia picked up the idea and had the smell of freshly baked bread when you entered into the plane, actually.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. So you could start with most people that question also, which is very important. What is the smell of the future?
I could actually put that on my Facebook page as a post. What is the smell of the future? Let's talk about it tomorrow. And you and
Yes.
I talk about it.
So then we could round off here because this was supposed to be a quick brain gym in the morning for a happy Wednesday with you and the viewers.
And happy Wednesday to you, Leif, and anyone who's viewing. I'm not sure we got that many, but I'm sure we can share it out and get more people.
Yes.
Thank
Happy future.
You. Happy future and happy smelling. And we will talk about smells tomorrow.
Right. All the best. Bye now.
All the best. Bye, everyone.